lane, leans into Bell, shot no good. Defensive rebound, Skyman. 2-on-2 the other way. Skyman around Kibbers. A Quinn War slaps the ball and pins it against the backboard. No goaltending call. There will be a couple of free throws for the Red Raiders. Man, did Ward jump.
Yeah, Warren Evans, the out official, immediately said no goaltending, is that he slapped it before it hit the backboard. That's the key there.
Third personal foul on Cal Kibbers. 2 free throws for Chad Skyman. 69% foul shooter in the tournament. First one good. Skyman with 13. Been very consistent in the tournament. 15, 11, 17, and 13 tonight. Second one will bounce out. Rebound, Hawkins, 10-point lead, 59-49 for the Pioneers from Olathe, Kansas. Looking to get back into the national championship game. They lost to this ball club, Northwestern, back in 2001 by 4, 82-78. Hook shot by War, no good. Rebound, Red Raiders. Wertzman, stop and go move. Shot off the window, good. 17 for Wertzman. It's an 8-point lead, 59-51. Pioneers slowly, the Red Raiders getting back into it.
Now down to 8, but still plenty of time, 7 minutes to go.
Neller, top of the arc, Kibbers. Right side, Hepker. What's he going to do with the basketball? Backs it back out with a dribble. Under 7 minutes to play. Hepker spins in the lane, forces it up, but draws a foul.
You know, this has been a textbook example in this tournament of how you rally from deficits. Even though a couple of teams that did it couldn't quite come all the way back, they certainly made it close. We've got a couple of other teams that have been behind in games and have certainly made it interesting. But the thing they've been consistent about, Mike, is that none of the teams have tried to make plays to get it all back at once. They've slowly chipped away. They understand a basketball game is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's a 40-minute game, and these teams have used each minute of that 40 minutes to try to do something, and in some cases they've been able to get rallies and get victories.
Hepker hits them both, an 84% foul shooter in the tournament. 61-51, back to a double-digit lead. Red Raiders down 10 with the ball, 6:48 to play. Ben Bell has not attempted many shots tonight. He is a good three-point shooter. Off the screen, Stimson. Right side, Wertzman. They set a screen for him. He drives to the left block. Puts it up, no good, but a foul called. Cal Kibbers' 4th personal foul. He becomes the first Pioneer to pick up 4.
So you got 4 for him. Northwestern with 1 player with 4 fouls right now. That's DeYoung.
Right.
And so we mentioned the free throw shooting, but something else we need to talk about, and we mentioned a little bit in the first half, is that with these teams that like to rotate a lot of players, there's going to be some players maybe not on the floor right now that might be a deciding factor in this ball game.
Wertzman, first free throw, in and out, no good. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1, and a foul on the rebound. Jim Shipper with the call. This will go against the Red Raiders, and the Pioneers will walk to the other end. They'll be shooting a 1-and-1. Team fouls even at 9 apiece. That's the 3rd personal on Chad Skyman. Oh, missed free throws for both teams. Northwestern 10 for 16, Mid-American Nazarene 9 for 16.
That would have been a big opportunity for the Red Raiders to get back to within 8. Now let's see if Hawkins can make a difference at the other end and make them pay for it with a 4-point swing.
Hawkins in the tournament just 47% from the foul line, 8 for 17 coming into the game tonight. Has 14 points. There's number 15. (62-51). Pioneers by 11. Northwestern got it to within 8. With around 7.5 minutes to go. Second free throw good. Hawkins with 16. And the lead 12, 63-51, 6:25 to play. Wertzman, shot rejected by a Quinn Ward. Loose ball picked up by the Pioneers. What a defensive play by a Quinn Ward, the 6'7" senior from Des Moines, Iowa. Hawkins with the basketball, looks right, goes right to Bell on the baseline. War shot up and in, counted, he's fouled. intertwined with point number 6 and 7, and a free throw opportunity to make it 8.
Could be a big momentum switch here, just a tick under 6 minutes to go. And if Ward completes a three-point play, the lead swells back to 15 for Mid-America.
He is just 2 for 8 from the foul line in the tournament. No problem, nothing but net. Oh, the lead suddenly back to 15, 66-51. It is a 7-0 run by the Pioneers. Hepker looked like he got all ball on the shot attempt by Andrew Stimson, but referee Warren Evans will signal the 4th personal foul on Adam Hepker, and that will not make Rocky Lamar very happy.
Well, I tell you what, I have to admit, I was screened out just a little bit, enough to have about a 2-second blind spot to see about the follow-through, but the block was crystal clean that time, Mike. Nothing, so if anything, it had to come on the follow-through after the block. And Hipker now is going to have to leave the lineup, you would think. I say that, but he's still on the court right now, 5:45 to go, and Hipker sitting there with his 4th foul and will stay on the floor for Mid-America.
Stimson hits the first free throw. His first point of the second half. He has 6 in the game. Second free throw, no good. Missed free throws are killing the Red Raiders. Down 14 with 5.5 to play.
Now let's see if Northwestern will decide something with Hipker still in the ball game. Let's see if he will decide something as the ball goes out of bounds. The Northwestern player tries to break up press row, but the table took the charge very well. And so Northwestern or Mid-America will get back. But let's see if Northwestern is to try to set something up. There was close to a 5th foul right there as Hipker really got away with a shove right there in front of us.
He sent Eric Kruger to the floor, and Eric Kruger just eyes Jeff Campbell. Doesn't say a word, but
could have been the 5th foul right there.
Could have. Pioneers by 14 with a basketball with 5:15 to play. Shot clock down to 5. The crowd counts it down. Hepker from 18. Hits. 21 for Adam Hepker, a tournament high. At the other end, the layup good for Wertzman, a foul.
Guess what? 44 now has a 4th foul for Mid-America Nazarene.
Ryan Runberg's 4th. And Wertzman with a chance to complete the 3-point play. Red Raiders hit the toss. He has 20. That's a tournament high for the 6'3 sophomore out of Hills, Minnesota. 13-point lead. No time to panic yet for the Pioneers. Red Raiders got it to within 8, but then immediately after that, Mid-America Nazarene went on a 7-0 run and pushed it back out to a 15-point margin. Neller to Hepker.
Remember, I was going to say, Mike, remember right now, though, 2 players from Mid-America Nazarene on the floor with 4 fouls right now.
And one that loves to penetrate and has already been called for charging fouls twice tonight. That's Hepker with the basketball. To the lane, shot up, no good. Evans with the foul call.
And it's on Hepker, that's his 5th.
I just got through saying how many times he's committed charging fouls tonight. And Scotty lowered his shoulder, went into the lane in traffic, and fundamentally just not a good play when you know you've got 4 personal fouls.
Wow.
Hepker out of the game with 4:26 to play.
And you know, I'm not so sure that Hepker was not going to go out at the next dead ball because they had a player at the scorer's table. And I don't know if he was going in for him or Runberg, the other one that had 4 fouls, but I think he was going in for one of them. But now, the new player coming into the ball game will have a big task. That's going to be Matt Clark. That will be new into the ball game for Mid-America Nazarene. Runberg's going to go to the bench right now as well for Mid-America. Okay, folks, here we go. Let's set it up. 68-55. It's a 13-point Mid-America lead. 4:25 to play. Let's see if the Red Raiders can take advantage.
Wertzman to the hole for a basket and 1.
And he drives in on the substitute for Adam Hepker as he went and took it to the cleaners, and a free throw makes it a 10-point game. And folks, even though they're still down, you got to think with the situation right now, you got to give Northwestern a pretty good chance of coming back in this ball game, if not winning it, making it close. They've got all the factors working in their favor right now.
Free throw by Wertzman, good. He has 23 points tonight, a tournament high. 68-58, 10-point lead. Scott the only has a ball turnover. Red Raiders. Stimson hammered. That might be the fourth on a Quinn War.
And it is, and now Rocky Lamar is going to take a timeout. He has to, because Mid-America Nazarene is in very serious trouble right now. Very serious trouble. They have got Adam Hepker out of the game with 5 fouls, 2 other players with 4 fouls. They're clinging to a 10-point lead, but after the timeout, Northwestern will be at the free throw line to make it 8. And I'm telling you something, about the only thing going Mid-America's way right now is they do have the possession arrow going their way. And don't think that's a light factor, but both teams are in the double bonus. And I tell you what, the Red Raiders have it set up perfectly for a comeback in this ball game. If they can, find some way, if they've got enough time to do it. And 4:10, it's one of those things for Mid-America right now. For Mid-America right now, the clock is going like a sundial. For Northwestern, it's going like one of those hourglasses, just slipping through real quick.
The only football comparison I can make right now would be if your starting quarterback goes out of the game with an injury.
College of the Ozarks 75, Mid-America Nazarene 61.
75-61, the College of the Ozarks Lady Cats leading Mid-American Nazarene up in Iowa in their national semifinal. So George Wilson's club just a few moments away from perhaps playing for a national championship tomorrow night.
For the second year in a row, they got beat last year by Hastings in the final, and this year, if they end up holding on, it will be a battle of, you think the seeds kind of messed up here. Up there, they did fine. The number 1 and 2 seeds, the number 1 and 2 teams in the country will match up in the championship game. Indiana Wesleyan's not lost a game all year. College of the Ozarks with only 2 losses, both to NAIA D1 squads on the road. So
Andrew Stimson, an 83% free throw shooter in the tournament, missed the first, made the second, but the lead is 9. At the other end, Hawkins fouled by Skyaman.
And for folks that are watching this game on the web via NAIA.org, I wouldn't plan on this game being done around 10 o'clock because we are going to be making many trips to the free throw line between now and the final 4:04 when it ticks off in this one.
Hawkins' first free throw good, he is 17. They are 12 for 20, just 60% from the free throw line tonight. Northwestern College 13 for 21, so just about a wash right now. Still 4:04 to play.
Dead even at the line and not very good.
Yep. Hawkins second, good. He has 18. 70-59. The lead is 11. Under 4 minutes to play in the national semifinals. Left lane drive, Wartzman picks up his dribble, skip pass, poked out of bounds. Good hustle by Cal Kibbers. It will still be Northwestern College basketball. Earlier tonight, Mayville State out of Mayville, North Dakota, defeated Northwest of Kirkland, Washington, 74-65. Mayville State, the 13 seed, beating the 16 seed. Mayville State at 8:30 tomorrow night against the winner of this one. An air ball shot by Mark DeYoung. Offensive rebound, the shot clock at 8. Here's Skyaman, shot blocked by Kibbers. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by the Red Raiders. When Adam Hepker fouled out with 4:26 to go, his team led by 13. Almost a minute later, the lead is 11. Full court press by Northwestern. Broken by the Pioneers. War back to Neller. Spins it back out, and they'll use a little bit more time off the clock.
And a good decision by Neller that time. He was not in position to shoot the basketball. Made the wise decision. They can also run some clock with an 11-point lead here.
Brenton Bell. High post screen by War. Bounce pass, left block, Hawkins. Turnaround jump shot off the glass, no good. Oh, a Quinn War almost went over the back and picked up his 5th, but stayed off. Northwestern still got the rebound. All the way to the basket, Skyaman missed the layup. Hawkins with the rebound. And Hawkins across the timeline on his own, has it stolen away by Towns. Down court to Skyaman. This time he hits the layup. 70-61, 9-point lead with 2:38 to play. And again, full court press by Northwestern. Foul in backcourt as Eric Kruger hammers Cal Kibbers to the floor. Second personal on Kruger. Cal Kibbers in the tournament, a 73% free throw shooter at the line for 2 shots.
Really hard foul there. Just decided to go for the steal and took the chance. And now Kibbers kind of sorting it out as he ran to the scores table or the press row. I tell you, it's taking a beating here tonight. It's taking a licking, but keeps on ticking.
Kibbers with 6 points tonight. His tournament high 11, free throw good. Kurt Schilling back in for Northwestern. 2:34 to play, 71-61. Mid-America Nazarene by 10. They led by 15 at halftime, 42-27. And the lead will stay at 10. Free throw no good. Schilling gets the rebound. An outlet to Andrew Stimson. Spots up from 3-point range, short. Rebound Kibbers. Reaching in foul Northwestern, and Kibbers will go back to the line for 2 more. Third personal foul on Kurt Schilling. Kibbers' first free throw, short. I'm telling you, Scott, these free throws are going to kill one of these 2 teams.
Well, right now, the team that's killing the most is Northwestern because they're behind. But, you know, even if Mid-America make half the free throws they missed, they'd probably have this game put away by now.
Second one good. Kibbers with 8, the lead 11. 72-61 with 2:15 to play. Red Raiders down 11 with the basketball. Schilling, pump fake, draws contact. Will he get 3 free throws? Yes, he will.
And Kibbers just fouled out of the ball game, too. That's his 5th. Player number 2 out of the ball game for Mid-America Nazarene with an 11-point lead.
Rocky Lamar with 30 seconds to get a substitute in.
Right now discussing the call with the official. And being informed now by Warren Evans, that's the 5th foul on Kibbers. He will leave the ball game. And so they will have to go to the bench for Brenton Bell.
Kibbers gets a standing ovation, the sophomore from Monticello, Iowa, fouling out with 8 points. Carl Towns checking back into the Red Raider lineup. And again, since he has 30 seconds to get the substitute in, both coaches basically getting everyone around their benches.
Thought he already had the substitute in the ball game.
Nope.
I think this has been a call.
Did they call timeout?
I think someone called a timeout here.
I think Charlie Pentecost over at the scorer's table. Buzzes them back in. If they called a timeout, it was just a 30.
Yeah, I think they had to call.
College of the Ozarks 80, Mid-America Nazarene 68.
And George Wilson and the College of the Ozarks Lady Cats back in the women's NAIA Division II National Championship game for a 2nd year in a row. C of O, an 80-68 winner tonight up in Iowa. Good for Coach Wilson and College of the Ozarks.
So in the women's tournament, it'll be the 1st-ranked team in the country against the 2nd-ranked team in the country. And unlike this tournament where the seeds basically were thrown in the trash after the 2nd day, the seeds pretty well held out. Of course, they seed that tournament different. They seed it in pods, 4 pods. They were, of course, each #1 seeds in their pods. But in the final poll, Indiana Wesleyan won and College of the Ozarks 2, and they are meeting for the championship tomorrow night, 6:30. And again, both championships games will be broadcast nationally on CSTV. Women's game at 6:30. I keep forgetting to say daylight savings time. It's daylight savings time early now, 6:30 Central Daylight Time for the women's game, and the men's game will be at 8:30 Daylight Time from here at College of the Ozarks.
Schilling gets 3 free throws. He hits the first, he hits the second. The lead is 9. He could cut it to 8. Free throw, no good. Rebound, Neller for the Pioneers.
But still, the biggest thing, they got 2, so now it is an even 3-possession game if Northwestern can get a stop here. And I think there's plenty of time, Mike. They don't have to foul in this possession. They can try to get a stop, get a shot clock violation, and get the ball back.
When Matt Clark might be someone to foul. He has not scored a point in this tournament. Instead, the foul goes away from the ball. Ben Brown commits the foul, his 3rd.
You know, the shot clock winding down, and I've always said if you let the shot clock get under 20 and 15, especially with 2 minutes of the game, you're almost just as better off going ahead and letting the clock run down. Now, they do get a missed free throw here on the first one. So if they get a second one, then the strategy work, and that may be in a situation where it just depended on who got the ball, not the situation. When Chris Corver saw he had the ball, get him fouled immediately and see if he'll miss both of them, which he does not. He does get the second one, and that's a big one because it now becomes a 4-possession game again.
Bell 1 out of 2 from the line. Minute 47 to go, Red Raiders down 10. Skyman shot rejected by Ward. Loose ball picked up Brenton Bell, and a foul in backcourt committed by the Red Raiders, and Quinn Ward does it again defensively.
You know, we talked about Northwestern's history in this tournament. We mentioned they've been the only team that has won the tournament multiple times here at College of the Ozarks in 2001, 2003. In 3 other years that they were eliminated from the tournament, they were eliminated by the team that eventually either won it or finished second in the nation. In 2000, they lost in the first round to College of the Ozarks, who finished second. In 2002, they lost in the semifinals to Evangel, who won it. In 2005, they lost in the quarterfinals to Walsh, who won it all.
Bell hits them both. The lead is a dozen. 75-63, 100 seconds to play. 3-point shot good by Mark DeYoung, and a timeout taken by Northwestern.
Folks, there is still 95 seconds left to go in this ball game, so still plenty of time to go before this one winds down. As the Pioneers only have a 9-point lead, but you know they're going to go back to the free throw line, and you're kind of in a position now where, depending on who has the ball, I would say you might have a chance for one more possession, but really in this case now, down 3 possessions, 95 seconds to go, you're almost in a situation you're fouling constantly now. I think if you were only down 6, maybe you could go one more possession with just a good defensive stop, trying to get the good defensive stop and then force the turnover, but not going to be able to do it here, down by 9.
Northwestern's last lead in this game was at 19-17. That was a while ago.
Yes, it was.
Scott, we cannot thank the folks at the NAIA enough for allowing the video streaming and the audio streaming first time here at College of the Ozarks. A huge success, and really looking forward to making this an annual thing. I know Don has really enjoyed. I've helped out. Dave Beckett, Ed Beach, you have. It's just been a thrill and an honor to be down here at College of the Ozarks again this year.
And we hope everyone has enjoyed the pictures and descriptions here on the NAIA.org. And again, this is something they did. This was the only tournament they didn't do it for last year because we just didn't quite have everything hooked up to do it last year. But up and running now and anticipating a long-term relationship with the NAIA again. The tournament we know for sure will be at this facility for another 2 years after this. So hopefully at least 2 more years and many more years to go here at College of the Ozarks Keeter Gymnasium.
The inbound to Hawkins with 1:31 to go. Whistle and a foul just as soon as they get it across the timeline. The foul on Carl Towns, his 3rd. Well, a free throw shooting contest, as we told you, it would happen tonight under 5 minutes. Ryan Runberg coming into the game 0 for 1 from the foul line. First one good.
Starting to get a few makes for Mid-America Nazarene now as they get the lead back to double digits. A lot of missed free throws as these teams have been hitting more irons than I ever get to do on the golf course.
Second one good. Man, it's too bad you don't have enough golf courses to choose from around here.
No, we don't have that many, about a half dozen. Mid-America Nazarene will take a timeout now. Rocky Lamar is going to take a full timeout with a minute 28 to go. 77-66. Northwestern by far not out of this ball game yet, but Clock is starting to run against them a little bit here as they trail up by 11, 1:28 to go in the contest.
In 2001, we told you Northwestern over Mid-America Nazarene 82-78. In 2002, Northwestern losing to Evangel in the semifinals. Scott, I still rank that as the most exciting game I have ever seen down here.
Yeah, it definitely ranks. You know, was thinking about this before we got into this year. There were certainly a top 5 games. You know, the two that come to mind the most was that Evangel win and then the William Jewell College of the Ozarks quarterfinal game here last year, which was a 1-point game, which was as intense as any game I've ever seen, maybe with the exception of that one game with Evangel and Northwestern. But, you know, we've seen a couple in this tournament that's gotten pretty close to that margin, and it seems like every year, in the 8 years the tournament's been here at College of the Ozarks, you pick 1 or 2 games out that's maybe not a classic, but certainly a mini classic, maybe in the way it ends, maybe in something special that happened during that game, maybe an outstanding performance. But even though I would rank the first round games maybe a little bit down from last year, had a few more lopsided games than we did last year in the first round. From the second round on, we've had as many competitive games as we've had any year in this tournament.
2003, Northwestern beat Bethany by 20, 77-57 for their second national title. They are trying desperately to get back to the title game again, but down by 10 and only 1:24 to play. Wertzma, spin move, shot up over War, no good. Hawkins with the rebound. Foul in backcourt on Mark DeYoung is his 5th. DeYoung fouls out with a tournament-high 10 points. The junior out of Mountain Lake, Minnesota will exit. And the Mid-America Nazarene fans beginning to perhaps make plans for tomorrow night at 8:30.
Yeah, and I know it's kind of a mixed feeling for them because they just heard their women lost in the finals in the semifinals in Sioux City to College of the Ozarks. So that's kind of sad for them in that regard, but it looks like they're going to get a 50-50 thing out of the deal, as they will have a team in the national championship. It'll be Rocky Lamar's Pioneers, as they will play for the national championship tomorrow. Here at 8:30, it looks like now. It looks like more and more it's going to be Mid-America Nazarene and Mayville State, North Dakota, playing for the 2007 National Championship here at College of the Ozarks.
And if it is, one of those two schools will win for the first time ever a national championship. They've never won a national title in NAIA Division II. Free throw by Hawkins, short.
And definitely two different histories in that game. Mid-America, as you mentioned earlier, this is their 9th straight year in the national tournament. In fact, them and Northwestern tied for the current longest active record, as they've both been here 9 years in a row, and really no reason to think either one of these teams won't be back next year to extend that streak to 10.
Hawkins missed them both. The lead is still 11. 1:10 to go. Stimson, Schilling, deep 3, Wertzma, no good. Rebound grabbed by Neller. Held ball, possession arrow favors Mid-America Nazarene.
You know, in fact, Mike, if we would look back, I think they have now tied the streak of Siena Heights for most consecutive tournaments at 9 apiece. So that means these two teams, if they make it next year, would become maybe the co-record holders if they both get back here next year. And you certainly think with what these teams got coming back, they both have an excellent chance of being right back here next year at College of the Ozarks.
Inbounds to Neller, and he's called for traveling. Turnover gives it back to Northwestern College with 59 seconds to play. They're down 11. Doable, but boy, every possession now they have to put points on the board.
And at least on 3 or 4 of these, it's got to be a 3.
Inbounds to Schilling. Skyman, top of the arc, Wertzma. He'll take the 15-foot jumper and hit. Wertzma with 25. 77-68. Mid-America Nazarene gets it inbound to Jake Neller, and a foul committed by the Red Raiders. Fourth personal foul on Ben Brown, who has yet to score tonight. Had 11 points in their quarterfinal victory and just shot so well from 3-point range. So it's up to Jake Neller, who before tonight was 4 for 4 from the line. Their team leader in threes. He's hit 70 threes this year, has not hit a 3-point basket tonight. His first free throw good. 6 points for the senior from Gardner, Kansas. And it's just the quantity of free throws that they have shot that might be the difference. Second one no good. 10-point lead, 49 seconds to play. Skyman lost the basketball, near steal by Bell, but he stepped on the inline. Stopping the clock with 45 seconds to play. They try to get it to Brown. Neller steps in, steals the pass, and is fouled by Andrew Stimson. Scott, we said they had to score every possession. That one they didn't, and that might be enough for Mid-America Nazarene.
78-68 is the score right now. As soon as this game is over, Mike will recap the scoring totals, and we'll let you, as long as we can keep it on the web, we'll tap in to close out and be part of the ceremonies. At the end of each semifinal, they have a ceremony honoring the team that loses this semifinal, because even though they end up coming up on the short end in semifinal night, they are still one of the 4 final teams remaining in the country. That is a major accomplishment, and Northwestern will rightly be honored for that accomplishment after this game tonight.
3-ball Wurtzma short, rebound Bell. The Red Raiders are going to run out of time. Steal by Wurtzma with 25 seconds. Red Raiders down 11. Brown from 30 feet hits and a timeout. He was 10 feet beyond the 3-point line and hit it.
At least 10 feet beyond that line, as he hit a huge one there, and it's a 8-point lead once again. Still time, you got to feel is running out on Northwestern, but they are not going to go down without a battle here tonight. 79-71 is the score, with 21 seconds to go here in the ball game, and still looking like we're going to have the M's battling it tomorrow night. Mid-America Nazarene and Mainville State.
Adam Hepker with 21 points before he fouled out with 4:26 to play. The leading scorer for the Pioneers tonight. Northwestern College has been led by Cale Wurtzma, who has 25. Came into the tournament averaging 10 points per game. He scored 12, 16, 17, and now 25, but probably not going to be enough as we look at the Northwestern roster. Carl Towns and Eric Kruger, the only 2 seniors from Northwestern Iowa out of Orange City Highway. Everybody else coming back. Scott, that's kind of scary. Carl Towns, Eric Kruger, the only 2 seniors for the Red Raiders. Everybody else back. Goodness. The inbounds to Brenton Bell, and a foul in backcourt committed by Cale Wurtzma, his 3rd.
19.7 seconds to go here, and Mid-America just makes a couple of free throws here, and that's, of course, not giving any assumption the way the free throw shooting's gone tonight, but it looks like now that they just are a few free throws away from sealing this one up and moving on. But what a great run by Northwestern. You mentioned only a couple of seniors on this ball club, and I said this on our game that we did not only on the internet but here locally when they played College of the Ozarks. Not another program that I have as much respect for, besides the teams I cover on a regular basis, than Northwestern. A very class program. Chris Corver does an excellent job. He started coaching there in 2001. He was player for Northwestern previously, and all he's done is had 2 national champions and 2 Final Four teams in the years he's been there, and that's since 2001.
81-71, 3-ball by Stimson, air ball. Saved from going out of bounds, but it's saved back into the Pioneers. Matt Clark with 9 seconds. Will dribble off the last 7 seconds, and the Pioneers are headed to the championship game. The number 2 seed will play for the national title tomorrow night. An 81-71 win by Mid-America Nazarene over Northwestern College. Northwestern outscores Mid-America in the second half 44-39, but they were down by 15 at the half, 42-27, and a 10-point win for the Pioneers. They improved to 33-2, and Northwestern College season ends at 26-9. Recapping the scoring for Mid-America: 21 points for Adam Hepker, 18 for Danny Hawkins, 11 points for Ryan Rundberg, 8 points for Cal Kibbers, 8 points at Quinn War, 8 points for Brenton Bell, 7 points for Jake Neller, to round out the scoring. For Northwestern College tonight, 25 points for Cale Wertzma, 17 points for Chad Skyman, and Mark DeYoung finished in double digits with 10. 7 points for Andrew Stimson, 5 for Kurt Schilling, 4 for Carl Towns, 3 for Ben Brown, and 2 points for Eric Kruger.
Folks, that's going to wrap it up for our coverage at NAIA.org of the Division II Men's National Basketball Championships. As you hear, as we'll be leaving today, the celebration for Northwestern, the Red Raiders, as they will be honored with their plaques for their Final Four appearance. I want to thank all the folks that have helped us bring the game. The folks here at the Vacation Channel has helped produce the video that you have seen on the internet, plus all the internet technicians that have helped from behind the scenes. Our thanks to Ed Beach, Don West, Dave Beckett, Mike McClure for their play-by-play. And we certainly appreciate you watching and taking part in this first-year effort from the NAIA Division II Men's Basketball Tournament. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 6:30 on CSTV, Central Daylight Time, it'll be Indiana Wesleyan and College of the Ozarks for the Women's Championship from Sioux City, Iowa. Then right here at 8:30, it'll be Mid-America Nazarene taking on Mayville State for the men's championship. So we'll leave you for our final time on NAIA.org with the celebration of Northwestern as they get their plaques from the national tournament. Once again, the final here, 81-71, Mid-America Nazarene over Northwestern. Thank you for joining us this year on NAIA.org.
Number 22, Robin Scott. Number 24, Ben Brown. Number 30, Dale DeYoung. Number 32, Cale Wertzma. Number 34, Chad Skydeman. Number 40, Kurt Schilling. Number 42, Carl Towns. Number 44, TJ Phillips. Number 50, Eric Kruger. Number 52, Mark DeYoung. Number 54, Travis Van Regenmorter. Also like to recognize John Pribno. Assistant coach Bo Ellis. Assistant coach Rick Clark. Assistant coach Dave Schroeder. And assistant coach Keith Ranchow. We'd also like to recognize head coach Chris Corver. Also like to recognize assistant coach Brant Carlson. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics and our tournament host would also like to thank and present Final Four awards to Northwestern College honorary coaches Sean Pingleton of Empire Electric and Steve Ware of Golden Corral for their tremendous support of the team throughout the tournament. At this time, would the players and coaches from Northwestern College please come forward and receive the Final Four team trophy.